Hey there, Ramblers and Rovers, I am Miguel. This is Sayulita Beach. Hey there, Ramblers and Rovers, it's Miguel. Today we are rambling and roving our way through Sayulita once more. We're passing the craft markets here in downtown Sayulita. We're gonna be hitting some of the beaches that are a little further away from the downtown. We've already seen the main beach that is in front of the town, so now we're going to be exploring some of these other nooks and crannies and starting off with getting breakfast or lunch, because it's actually lunchtime, and I have just the place to try out some local food, some delicious fish tacos, and that I want to show you. There are just so many little places to buy food here in Sayulita, like snacks. It is a bit on the international side, like you have a little bit of everything, but you cannot miss out on the Mexican. It's been a fun couple of days here in Sayulita. We've been getting intermittent rain for the past 2 days, so I've been going out and just basically getting drenched between like dancing and like just like everything, and then getting like poured on, so I just come home like so wet. So this is the spot I'm talking about here, this very local spot. ¿Qué onda? Provecho, provecho. Gracias. So these are amazing fish tacos.
De tomar tenemos agua de maracuyá, jamaica y cocas.
Un agua de maracuyá, por favor.
¿Chica o grande?
Chica.
Okay.
And you can also not go wrong with some delicious fresh maracuya water. Ice cold. So a very common dish here, gracias, in the Mexican Pacific coast are breaded shrimp or fish tacos. These are very common here and just absolutely delicious. You cannot visit this whole region without having a taste of, well, the ocean here.
Agua de maracuyá, jamaica. Sí, ahorita.
Okay, muchachos, a little bit of lime, ready to go down the hatch. Let's give this a try. I have no way of knowing whether this is the fish or the shrimp, but we will know in due course.
¿Quieres también mayonesa? Por favor.
This is an amazing way of getting your veggies in for the day. Just look at that. I have to say, shrimp was always made to end up on a taco like this. Now, let's go in for that fish taco. Put a bit of onion on it. Remember guys, if it closes, it's not a taco.
Dos platos iguales de dos de pescado y dos de camarón.
My one regret is that I have but one stomach to put more of these delicious tacos into. I am just absolutely stuffed. That was so good. So Sayulita, despite its like laid back hippie bohemian vibe, is actually a pretty expensive town. So each of those two tacos set us back $2 when tacos are usually half of that around here, considering that this whole region is actually pretty expensive. So although they're very good, they were very expensive. So we're down here at the plaza, so we're gonna wind our way up the hill that leads to the point towards Playa Los Muertos and Playa Carricitos. So this whole area by night, where Don Pato is here at the corner of this square, and all these different clubs, you can dance reggaeton up here, techno back here. There's just like so many options. This is Jambak, a brewery. This whole area just comes alive by night. This is the place to come and, you know, socialize, meet new people, and just have like an amazing time. Really quintessentially Sayu life. These tacos are also extremely good. Opposite end of Jambak. I'm just seeing so many surfboard rental places. I have half a mind to just rent one and go out into the water. I really wish I had a GoPro to just kind of be able to keep doing the vlogging as I'm like out there. Unfortunately, that's something that a travel vlogger with 20,000 subscribers can afford. So remember to smash that subscribe button, help us out, join the journey, and become a part of this rambling and roving community of fellow travelers, bohemians, and pirates just like you. Okay, so these are just some of the tours that you can do here in Sayulita. Anything from fishing, whale watching when it's in season, during the winter months like November to March approximately is when the whales are here. You can drive ATVs into the jungle, you can go hiking, zip lining, obviously surfing, as we've seen in like our last video. Like there's just tons of people here who come and learn how to surf in the gentle Sayulita waves. Horseback riding and doing tours of the Marietas Islands, which are just offshore and a little bit further south from here. I am just really taking in the tropical scenery of this walk. I just really love being in these environments, despite how hard it is to be and exist in this state where everything is just so humid and hot. But I guess you just have to learn to live with it and pay it as, you know, it's the price of coming to these beautiful tropical places. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Sayulita. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful place. So we're here at the main beach here in Sayulita, and you have the point out here and this little hill. So we're gonna cross it because Playa Los Muertos is just on the other end of this little part here. So it's a bit of a walk, maybe like a half-hour walk. If you're like on an ATV, it's probably like much less than that. But you know, I just wanted to like keep exploring like Sayulita on foot. You really don't get to appreciate a place like, you know, like the houses and like the beautiful like scenery, like really taking the ambience, get some choice encounters, unless you are actually walking them. Sayulita is a bit of a strange place for a town with basically no sewers. You have these very luxurious houses and villas obviously belonging to foreigners, and like even the hostels here are going to be very, very expensive. I booked the cheapest one I could find and it was $8, but it didn't have water. So that just kind of speaks to the problems that Sayulita has as it's been growing unsustainably, you know, and become ever more and more of a popular town. Even back in the day, like several years ago when I first came here, it was considered to be kind of expensive already, like especially when comparing prices to like some of the other towns in the vicinity. But now it has just like skyrocketed out of, like, just you know, everything's just sky high. Like locals will joke that when the low season hits, like, you know, you don't earn as much money because there aren't as many tourists, but everything is as expensive. So just something to bear in mind when you're in here. So we're actually coming up on the cemetery here in town. A Belizean hostel owner once told me, never trust a small town with a big cemetery. And this one looks pretty small, so, you know, not that bad of a town. Okay, I might have to walk back my previous statement because the cemetery is actually quite big, like big enough to fill 2 sides of the road. They have these beautiful decorations up here, perhaps for like Dia de Muertos from last year, which apparently did not survive the hurricanes. Yeah, so we're coming up on Los Muertos beach right now. This is exciting, exploring new beaches. Oh god, like this cemetery just keeps going and going and going. So we're coming up on Los Muertos beach, which is right down there. So the reason it's called Los Muertos is because it's the beach that is the nearest to the cemetery, which is right here. So hopefully none of these poor people's rests are disturbed by the beach. But just like a curious, very, very Mexican way of doing and naming things, if I can say that as a Mexican man myself. Saludos a la banda.
Saludos, ¿hasta dónde? Aquí los esperamos en la Playa Los Muertos para que disfruten un día a gusto.
Oh dude, this beach is amazing. This has to be the perfect one I've seen here in Sayulita so far. Just protected by this bay, just very placid waters, relatively clean compared to the one that's like more downtown. Hopefully none of the dead people wash down into the water, but I don't think they do. This is such a beautiful beach. I think that the best way to get here, the smartest way, is to just get a paddleboard and just come all the way around the point and just, you know, beach it here and just stay here, you know, for a while, like some of these very smart people are doing. This is just such a cool beach. I just really like the complex like geography of it. You know how you have like rocks on this side, you can even see like parts of Sayulita on the other end of this little channel here. It's very deep water, so you could probably even do a bit of snorkeling, you know, if you're like a powerful swimmer. And just like the lush jungle tropical environment. I don't know if you guys can hear the insects, but it's the cicadas. It's just so indicative of how hot it is. I am just absolutely drenched right now. Unfortunately, I can't go into the water with the camera and I can't leave it on the beach because, you know, it's Mexico. Actually, one of the people at the hostel made the mistake of leaving his wallet and his cell phone on the beach while he went in for a swim, and of course somebody snatched it. So Sayulita used to be this very, very tight-knit community, you know, very much centered around like surfing and like the tropical life, but now it's changing, so, you know, you shouldn't be really doing things like that. This and Playa Carricitos are some of the best beaches to see the sunset here on the Pacific Ocean. So it's going to be one of the most unobstructed views, much better than the one you can get from the actual beach in town. So if you want to really experience what a Mexican sunset looks like, this is the spot to do it. Alright, let's see if we can get to Playa Carricitos, which should be right over that hill, which I am not looking forward to in this heat. God, why do I always do this in flip-flops? Oh my God, you cannot miss this. You can't not come here. Thank you so much for sharing in this moment of discovery with me. Actually, today is my birthday, so I decided to come out and do what I like to do best, which is to explore and discover new places, just kind of make them mine. So thanks for watching this video. I hope that it really inspired you to wind your way up to the Nayarit Riviera here in Sayulita, and to also come out and explore some of these rugged, wild, beautiful places that are just waiting to be discovered by you. Until our next adventures, adios amigos. Keep on rambling and roving.